Well, a hearty good evening to you, wherever you may be. We took off a little while. We had, holidays and stuff like that, but we're back. It's time once again for the Champion Brothers, ChampCast, Bubba's Big Broadcast, or
Let's talk some Southern gospel.
absolutely still right over there is Neil Champion,
And there is Chris Champion. We
Neil's
did
brother.
make it back. Oh, Neil's brother. All right.
Well, I figured out that I could put a little something under there. So I was like, well, I've said it a million times. I'd just soon be known as Neil's brother as anybody. So,
Okie dokie.
so how you been? Done any holiday stuff or any stories to tell or
Yeah,
anything like that?
lots of holiday stuff, but yeah, not a whole lot of stories. Just had some snow in Alabama. That was a treat all itself. But
Have you seen that video of the girls? How many inches of snow did you get today?
oh yeah, clapping and doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, and that'll
yeah.
get stuck in your head in a hurry. I was looking for it right before we came on. I was going to think about sneaking it in here, but I couldn't get to it and download it and all that fast enough. But that
Yeah,
needs to be our new theme song.
somebody specifically sent it to me, and I said, "Boy, that is a cool way of asking a question."
Literally and figuratively. So.
Right, right.
But anyway, yeah, we took some time off and hard to believe. I was telling somebody about this today and I said, yeah, this is our first one of this year and already our fourth season. This is the start of our fourth year of doing these Champion Brothers concerts. That's amazing.
It is amazing. The time
Gets by in a
has
hurry.
flown by.
And we've
I
got
know.
one coming up real soon, sooner
We do.
than, I mean, we should have been here for now, but
Yeah, just a whole
life
lot of life
happens.
happened, and we got back when we could, and we're gonna have to get a little more steady now that we're rolling and into the year. And man, we got a full year of singing coming your way, and like Chris said, we got one coming soon. Just what, 2 weeks from this past Saturday?
Yes, look, right there it is.
Oh my goodness! Is it really that soon?
Yep, a week
25th
from Saturday.
of January. My goodness. Back at the Vernon City Complex, coming to town, we've got For the King. This is a group of young guys that I got a chance to meet probably a little over a year ago, all four of them, and had a chance to hear them in concert. And I just thought, man, I think the people of Lamar and Fayette and Marion and Pickens and Lowndes and surrounding counties will love these guys. So I wanted to get them in our area. And January 25th is when it's going to be. We'll start at 6 p.m. like we have in the past. It won't cost you a dime to get in. And so just come and worship with us and enjoy some good old Southern gospel music, which is just what For the King does.
Yep,
Like I say, I have had a chance to hear them, and they do a lot of classic songs and just for younger guys that just love gospel music and love the Lord.
absolutely. Well, that's coming up a week from Saturday, January 25th, like Neil said. So make your plans to come and be with us and enjoy a great night of some gospel music. Now, let's flip over here and say good evening to Megan Edgeworth. She's checking in with us and also says, let me find it. There it is. Speak up, Neil Champion. And also already got another report that says you need to turn yourself up a little bit. You're too
Okay,
quiet.
I will try to do just that.
So
Maybe
speak
that's better
louder,
right there.
turn the knob up to way up, and we'll
Okay.
keep going.
All
So,
right. I'll try to do that.
and my buddy Shane Watkins over in Berry, Alabama, says one of his favorite Southern Gospel albums celebrates 42 years this year. The Kingsman Quartet, Saints Will Rise, or live from the University of Alabama that had Saints Will Rise on it.
Yes.
So, yes, look,
Great album.
Billy Shaw, look there. Neil needs to vol up. So,
Okay. Hopefully I have.
you got too much Bama in there. You need to do some Tennessee stuff. I guess,
There
that's
you go.
what he means. I don't know, but
Yeah. Let me know if this is any better. Those that asked for it to be turned
you
up.
get in there. You can get in there.
Getting
Just
there. Still
lean
going some
into
more.
it and turn it up some more.
All right. I'll do it.
There
I'll
you
sure
go.
do.
Now you're starting to.
Is that a little more better?
Yes, yes. We've been off a
No,
while. We got to learn about all these knobs and
we have.
figuring and gazentas and all that means.
Yeah,
So
and I moved some wires around, and something's bound to not work the same if you move wires around. So
I was
there you
going to
go.
say your background looks different from it did from the rest of the times that we've done this.
Yeah, man, I'm not just in a black hole anymore. You can see a little bit of my office, and right there over my one shoulder, you can see a whole bunch of LPs. And there's a whole lot more you can't see. I like that Southern Gospel
Yeah,
vinyl. A bunch of it right
got
here. This,
video games back there and everything. So,
yeah, there you go.
y'all, I'm sorry. This is not a, my wife runs the McDonald's office here
Yeah.
in Fayette, and I'm having Lupper tonight because I had to go to city council meeting. So part of tonight's show is brought to you by the fine folks at McDonald's. So if y'all see me on gnawing on something, it's because Big Boy's hungry. So I apologize. I
Well,
shouldn't be eating the French
yeah.
fries. I got the dog right here standing by to get anything that I drop. So
Well, there you go.
let's talk
Yeah.
Southern gospel music. You sent
Let's
me a
do
neat
that.
list today,
Yeah, I
and
got some
as
stuff I
usual,
wanted to
you were
share.
right on target because you said songs that we like, and you were speaking for me. And you're right. I like all
Okay.
these songs that you picked. So
Good deal.
let's
Yeah,
dive in.
I just kind of I went in and looked at my my archive of music that I've digitized and all, and I thought I'm just going to go through these that I've gotten in the last few months and just pull out some that I like, and that's what it is. So we're going to go all the way from about 1962 is where we're starting, all the way up to the early 2000s. And you realize the early 2000s, that was over 20 years ago now. You know that.
Thanks. Appreciate
So
that.
yeah, oh, man alive. But anyway, the first one I wanted to share was one of my favorite songs, and I always wish we sung it. Everybody sung it year round.
Hmm.
But it's thought of as a Christmas song, and it was on a Christmas album that is an interesting one that I came across in my LP vinyl journey. It's an album released in '62 that was made by the Blackwood Brothers and the Statesman Quartet. They went together and made a Christmas album. And so there's several songs on there that they both sing together. And then there each one has several songs, several by the Statesmen, several by the Blackwood Brothers. So this is one of the ones where they all singing, man. You're going to hear a whole lot of Statesmen and a whole lot of Blackwood Brothers on a very familiar Christmas song, but I think it can be an all year kind of song. How about let's listen to Joy to the World.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ. White fields and floods, rock fields and plains. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. No more let sins and sorrows grow, nor thorns infest the ground. He comes to make his blessings flow. For as the curse is found, the curse is found. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love.
Yes, sir. The Statesman and the Blackwood Brothers together on Joy to the World here on the Champion Brothers broadcast this evening. Neal and Chris back with you after we took a little bit of layoff for the holiday season. We didn't talk about it in the opening part, but boy, what a good time we had with the Dixie Echoes in November at the Fayette Civic Center. And thank you to everybody that came out and enjoyed that singing with us, and always enjoy being around Shellnut, Bates, and Yates. And
A
so
law firm of Shellnut
yeah,
Bates and Yates.
yeah. But we
Mhm.
had a great evening that night, and
Yeah.
got some big concerts coming up this year. One just real soon. We'll tell you a little bit more about it. here in just a minute. Hey, look, Avery Bradford's checking in. Says, hey, champs. Hey,
Hey,
Avery.
Avery of
I
Southern
enjoyed.
Gospel Forward fame.
Yes, we'll do the official plug for that in a second, but I sure did enjoy Evan's live, and then the next night, Evan and Avery together.
Yo, I
You know, that
enjoyed me
got me to
some of that
thinking. I
too.
wonder, we always talking about them with Southern Gospel Forward and all the young people stuff, but
Hmm.
reckon they'd anybody would watch it if me and you got on here one night and you just had your guitar and I don't know if this were if we could sing together if we
We
when we're
might
doing it like
need
this
to
when
be
we're in different
co-located.
locations.
We might need to be co-located.
Just start singing something and let me sing with you and see if it's delayed or not. We've never tested this, and this is our show. We can do what we want to. So.
Amazing
Grace,
grace,
how
how
sweet. Yeah, it's
sweet.
delayed, so but
Yeah.
we'll get
Oh
there.
well, co-located would probably work though.
But anyway, Avery says that they're planning to come and see us on the 25th, or at least she is.
Oh, cool.
So
Good deal.
Evan says, yes, y'all do a live. Well, what do you think we're doing right now, Evan?
Yeah.
Oh, and he meant like singing together.
If he'll come play guitar for us, we might just do that.
That's true. That's true.
That boy
I'm
plays
still
some
kind of
guitar.
upset that I didn't get to go see him in the $1 Million Quartet. I wanted to see him very badly, but I just never could work it out to get to go. But
I can say I did. Me and Loretta made it a point, put it on the calendar. We went. Very good show.
y'all did go see it?
We did.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We did. That boy showed out along with the whole cast. I mean, it was a very good show. Very
Yeah.
good. Evan Bradford did really good, and the whole thing was really good. Yeah, me and Loretta, when we heard about it, we just put it on the calendar. That's the only way we ever get anything done. Write it on the calendar, plan on it, talk about it every day so we don't forget it, and go. That's what we did.
Yep, that's all you can do sometimes.
Yeah.
I just saw your private chat, and I know the music was too loud, so I
Okay.
guess I'll ask you and the Peanut Gallery and Loretta, who's sending she's like our executive producer and tells us what we need to change.
Yeah, and blaring is the word that she used, so we probably do need to back it off some.
Toward the end of the Statesman Blackwood, if y'all were here with us for that, was it better, or do I need to bring it down before we play this next song, which is a unique segue into what song are we going to play next, Neal?
Hey, we're going to go all the way from 1962 this time to 1973.
Yeah.
And this is a song, it's on an album that I had, but I had not digitized this particular one yet. And I pulled up a YouTube clip one day of the Gospel Singing Jubilee way back. And the first song that came on was the Florida Boys walking out singing Sit Down Servant. And I really liked it. I did not remember that song. That's one that I just missed over the years. And so I immediately started to pull up my inventory. Look, if I got that album, that song. First of all, which album was it on? Then do I have it? Ooh, yeah, score. I had it. And it was digitized the next morning. And I said, when we go live, we're playing that one.
All right.
So here we go from 1973 on the album What a Difference Jesus Makes. Florida Boys doing Sit Down.
I've been getting ready to take that journey home. I'm going to a land so fair with a mansion all my own. When I leave this world down here, I ain't coming back no more. I'm gonna meet my Savior when my race on earth is o'er. Sit down, sit down, sit down, servant. I'm gonna hear him say, sit down, sit down, sit down, servant. Welcome home to stay. When I shake my Savior's hand, walk all around God's promised land. Sit down, servant, rest a while. I'm gonna hear him say. So fair, save me a place at the table, I will soon be there. Stand and wait right by the gate, 'cause I'm gonna be alone. We'll join that great reunion and we'll sing a happy song. Sit down, sit down, sit down, servant. I'm gonna hear him say, sit down, sit down, sit down, servant. Welcome home to stay. When I shake my Savior's hand, walk all hear him say, sit down, sit down, sit down, serving. I'm gonna hear him say, sit down, sit down, sit down, serving. Welcome home to stay. When I shake my Savior's hand, walk all around God's promised land, sit down, serving, rest a while. I'm gonna hear him say, sit down, servant, rest a while. I'm gonna hear him say, hey.
I say that one's pretty good. Enjoyed it very much. Sit down, servant. I want you to look over there to the far right on that album cover too. What a head of hair Daryl Stewart had on there.
Look
Did you
at
look at that?
there. And is that, I don't have my notes pulled up because I
Okay,
came sliding in on two wheels tonight. Is that Laddie Kane
that's
on,
Laddie
on
Kane.
tenor? Okay.
It sure is.
I
Yeah.
thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure, and you can't really tell by that picture. But
At a
and I knew
glance,
it wasn't.
I thought it was Buddy Lyles on each end at first. Then I thought, well, did he have a brother? Well, no, it's Laddie Kane. Okay.
All right, so I'm getting reports that the music is still a little loud, so I'm going to do some adjusting on that before the next song.
Okay.
So thank you for that report, executive producer champion. But yeah, I knew it wasn't Tommy Atwood, and I
Mhm.
wasn't 100% convinced that it was not Jerry Trammell, but I wasn't positive. So
My notes
so
and my
there you go.
research said it is Laddie Kane.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't
Yep.
sure.
All right.
But we're back after a layoff. We're here to play some good Southern gospel music and talk about it, and also tell you about some good big events that's coming up. One of which is coming a week from this Saturday night. That would be January 25th if you're scoring at home. And the
Mhm.
Champion Brothers are bringing it back to the Vernon City Complex with our buddies. Well, see, I only know one of these. I haven't seen these guys yet. You've seen them 2 or 3 times, I think, hadn't you?
I have. I got to see him and hear him and meet all the guys. Yeah, but you know one of them though.
Yep, Trenton Williamson is the lead singer for this group. He was the tenor singer with the Dixie Echoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to hear him singing lead. I didn't realize that until not long ago. But they're going to be For the King, is the name of the group, and they're going to be at the Vernon City Complex, very conveniently located right there in downtown Vernon, Alabama, at the intersection of Highway 17 and 18. It's the old Lamar County High School auditorium is the venue that we'll be in. And it all starts at 6 o'clock, and Chosen Witness will be singing. Faithful Friends will be singing. Don't cost you a thing to get in. We will give you an opportunity to contribute so that we can keep having these kinds of gospel singings in our area. But hope that you can come and be with us. And a faithful friends note, I don't mean to go on another rabbit trail or rabbit hunt here, but Ken Cook, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but he'll let me know if I'm not. But just keep Ken Cook in your prayers. He's having some surgery coming up. This coming Monday is when it is scheduled for, and I'm not going to tell the whole story because it ain't mine to tell. But I want you to be praying for Ken Cook, and that all goes well with that. I don't know if he's watching or not. He may be courting tonight. I don't know. I think Tuesday night may be a court night, but I'm not positive. Speaking of stories, it's not mine to tell.
Yeah,
But,
moving right along.
but seriously, pray for Ken Cook. Keep him in your prayers. Hope you do anyway. But especially coming up next Monday, and we'll let you know more information as we can. But just wanted to pass that along tonight as well. So, and Evan Bradford just chimed in. I'm assuming he's talking about For the King, and he said he was there the morning they did their showcase, and he dare says that they were the best group there. Well,
Yep,
that's good to hear.
indeed.
So, Evan,
They
are you
did job.
coming with Avery? Avery said she was coming, but I didn't know if she meant the whole clan or just part of you or what. But I hope you are. Hope you will come and be with us that night too, if you can. I think, I'm not positive, but I think the only person in America right now that's busier than Evan Bradford is Donald Trump. So,
I think that's a fair statement for sure.
and Avery says it better be the whole clan. Okay, well, I see.
Okay.
See, she did say that. I wasn't misquoting her. So, and Evan says the whole fam has plans to be there. Well, that's good to hear. So,
Good.
y'all don't come to Vernon much on purpose, I wouldn't think, but I'm glad you do. So,
Right. Right.
So let's play some more music. You want to?
We can do that.
I'm still getting conflicting reports. I had one that said it was still a little loud. The other one said the music was okay, but you were getting low again, Neil. So speak
Okay.
up.
I wonder if I got right in the mic, if that would do better.
No, they
Oh,
just think
probably
you're
not.
Barry
They
White
probably just
talking.
bust their
Probably.
TVs. I'm sorry, those who's watching on TV. All right.
Speaking of which, hey, Mama, I was looking up. She's
That's
up
right.
there
Mama's
above us. So.
upstairs. Mama's watching. That's right. That's right.
Well, what you got picked out for us next, Wichita?
The next one that I come across was we've mentioned it many times on here that our dad sang in the Colombian Quartet back in the late 70s. Mr. Ken Cook that you mentioned was part of that, and he asked our dad to be a part. And hey, what do you know? Right after that, me and you figured out we like Southern gospel music, so that's what kind of got it launched. But anyway, back in those days, the Colombian Quartet also knew of a group from the Hartselle, Alabama area, Coleman, Hartselle area, called the Deep South Boys. The Deep South Boys and Trudy. And the story even goes further because the Colombian Quartet bought a bus from Mr. Lonnie Guest, part of the Deep South Boys and Trudy. And so, yeah, that was a night to remember as well. Went up there pretty much overnight and looked at it and drove it back home and was home about sunup. So, yeah, that was it. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But anyway, Deep South Boys and Trudy. I wanted to play a song by them. I've come across several of their albums, since I've been on the hunt over the years, and I wanted to pull one off of there and play it. And this was just one that I like. I mean, they got some really good albums, really good tight. I've got one that's just the Deep South Boys, so it predates Trudy. It was later that she joined the group. It was a male quartet, and then at some point she joined and played piano and sang. It became the Deep South Boys and Trudy, which is the album I'm going to share one tonight from. The album was titled Master of the Sea from 1975. The song on there, written by Johnny Cash, just Over the Next Hill, We'll Be Home. That's the one that I really liked and decided to share tonight. So Deep South Boys and Trudy, 1975. Let's go. Over the Next Hill.
By the way the land is laying, I think I'd be safe in saying that over the next hill we'll be home. It's a straight and narrow highway, no detours and no byways, and over the next hill we'll be home. From the prophets I've been hearing, I would say the end is nearing, for I see familiar landmarks all along. By the dreams that I've been dreaming, there will be a great redeeming, and over the next hill we'll be home. By the turn the tide is taking, I would say there's no mistaking that over the next hill we'll be home. There's a place that we are nearing that so many have been fearing, and over the next hill we'll be home. When we get there, we are hoping that we'll find the gate is open, and there'll be a refuge from the coming storm. For the way's been long and weary, but at last the end is nearing, and over the next hill, over the next hill, over the next hill, we'll be home.
There's you some good music from the Deep South Boys and Trudy. And over the next hill, we'll be home here on the Champion Brothers broadcast this evening. Neal and Chris, glad to be back with you after a little bit of a layoff. And I when we shifted ways that we get this to you, I think that's the easiest way to communicate that. But we used to could see when somebody liked it or whatever. We can't see that now, or at least we hadn't figured. I hadn't figured out how to do it on ours. Uh, but we would love to say howdy to you, but the only way we can do that right now is if you make a comment. So if you don't mind, just say hi to us there in the comments on the, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and we can see that and be sure and acknowledge you. I was checking the
Mhm.
music during that one, and that's what got me to thinking about it because I saw that who was watching. It shows you who's watching with you. So I just wanted to make sure that I said that if you, we would love to have you comment and let us know that you're listening. We sure would appreciate that too. So drop
Indeed.
a comment in there and let us know that you're here.
Hey, how
All
about
right.
we've been mentioning that we've got this one coming up just in less than 2 weeks now, the 25th. How about right quick we just kind of run through what we got going this year, like the schedule for the whole year. That'd be all right.
Tell it, Earl.
All right,
You want
we'll
me to do
tell
it?
it.
You want to do it?
Yeah, let's just pop it up there. Hey,
Okay. I'm going to
there.
hide the camera because I don't see her shoulders or not.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right.
But
But that's what we got scheduled. On the left, it's the 3 in Vernon. The right, the 3 in Fayette. Every other one going to change cities. So you start at the top, like January 25th, what we said, coming up on the 25th, 6 p.m. in Vernon is going to be For the King. Okay. Then in March in Fayette, we've got Master's Voice coming back. Those guys out of Oklahoma, they were with us last year, and everybody there just said they really enjoyed them. I mean, this quartet really ministers. Um, uh, they do a good job of, besides ministering to reach the lost, they do a great job of encouraging believers, and really trying to lift up the church and kind of get the church's attention. And so I really enjoyed Master's Voice. They're going to be back with us March 22nd in Fayette. Then May 10th, we've got coming to Vernon, New Ground. Um, Robbie and Dale Maxwell, and been knowing them for a long time, and glad to be able to get them on the schedule and to bring them to Vernon, Alabama. So I hope y'all will come out and enjoy us that night in May 10th with New Ground. And then Fayette, roll right back. Look at there who's coming to Fayette, Alabama in July 26th. The Troy Burns family will be right there with us in Fayette, Alabama. I promise you that'll be a good night. I mean, I think you can kind of see a trend here. If me and Chris bring them to town, you're going to enjoy them. They're
yep.
going to be good. You're going to be ministered to, and so I can promise you all of those things for whoever we bring. Troy Burns family is going to do it as well. It's going to be great. And then in September, back in Vernon, we got Josh and Ashley Franks and family coming. Boy, you talking about what a fireball. That's a good way to
Yeah.
to describe Josh Franks and his family singing and his preaching and his he's a great musician, piano player. But yeah, I'm excited to bring Josh and Ashley Franks and their family. Priscilla, their daughter, sings with them, and who knows, her son may even get up there sometimes now. But going to enjoy them in September, and then to finish out the year, boy, we got a humdinger here. We've got McRae Dove bringing his boys, the Dove brothers, to Fayette on November 1st. That Saturday night, McRae Dove and the Dove brothers, they're carrying on a great heritage, just not just of their dad, of McRae himself and his brother that sang as the Dove brothers and traveled this country, but as I learned, they really latched onto the sound of the Goss brothers from way
Mm-hmm.
back, and boy, they put that Goss brothers harmony where it sounds like there's seven people singing and there's only three. The kind of harmony they get out. And yeah, those boys do a great job, and I'm really excited there. So, hey, that's what we got coming, and we'll mention them every time we go live. We'll mention several of them, but we got a good lineup. We just need you there, filling a seat, and tell at least 10 others and fill 10 other seats, and we'll just have a good time. How about that?
Yep.
Starting January 25th with For the King.
And speaking of them, let's just play some of their music. You want to?
Let's do that. Yeah, I picked up just an old classic. They've got a project called Classics that they did within the last year, and I picked one of my favorite quartet songs, and I believe these guys do a great job with it. Echoes from the Burning Bush.
Moses stood on holy ground, fire from God descended down, set the roadside bush on fire. And 'twas then the Lord did there explain, to his servant should remain all the echoes from the bush on fire. Oh, I can hear those thrilling echoes from the burning bush. How they thrill my soul. Oh, I can hear those thrilling echoes from the burning bush. Point me to the goal. I no more am doubting, but with joy I'm shouting, with no thought of shame to blush. This my song shall ever be, words that are so sweet to me, echoes from the burning bush. God sent down his only son just to ransom everyone by the echoes from the fire. That the God of every earthly land would not pick nor choose man, for his blood will save us from the fire. Oh, I can hear those thrilling echoes from the burning bush. How they thrill my soul. Oh, I can hear those thrilling echoes from the burning bush. Point me to the goal. I no more am doubting, but with joy I'm shouting, with no thought of shame to blush. This my song shall ever be, words that are so sweet to me, echoes from the burning bush. Oh, these thrilling echoes from the burning bush. How they thrill my soul. Oh, I can hear those thrilling echoes from the burning bush. Point me to the goal. I no more am doubting, but with joy I'm shouting, with no thought of shame to blush, no shame to blush. This my song shall ever be, words that are so sweet to me, echoes from the burning bush.
That's For the King and Echoes from the Burning Bush here on the Champion Brothers broadcast.
Indeed.
And you put up a different picture of them there. You can see them a little better, but
Yes.
you want to introduce everybody to them?
I can. Yeah, you can see their faces a little bit. Boy, and that photographer did a good job of making them happy on that one, looks like. But on the far left there is the group manager, Mr. Trevor Davis, that sings bass. Next is Trenton Williamson, as you said, that sings lead before the King. And then the next one over, third from the left, is the tenor singer, Mr. Josh Crosby. And he does a good job. Boy, he gets up there. And then on the far right, Lucas Stringer is the baritone. So yeah, these guys are full of energy, and they do some great 4-part harmony, traditional Southern gospel music, and I am tickled they're coming to Vernon.
And as Billy Shaw says, that old stuff is always good. And For King boys do it very well. So
Indeed.
make sure you make your plans to come and be with Vernon a week from Saturday night, the 25th, 6 o'clock, and see For the King and Chosen Witness.
Yeah,
And
we'll do
folk
a few.
friends. Okay.
We'll do a few. Yeah.
Well, let's see here. What else have we got? I was trying to think, I guess it was 1st of November is the last time we did one of these before we
Yeah.
had the Dixie Echo singing. So
That's right. So it has been
trying
a
to think
while.
of anything worth talking about's happened much between now and then, but
Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, a lot.
yeah, a lot and then not much all at the same time. So
Yeah, we had a very different holiday season for sure with the passing of my mother-in-law, Frances Brazel. She passed just before Thanksgiving, and we laid her to rest the day before Thanksgiving, and so it made for a different holiday time for sure. Those kinds of things is something that we all know are coming, but I don't think we're ever ready. But just thank the Lord, we can rejoice that we know where she is and she's not suffering anymore for sure. I mean, there's something to that. It sounds like a cliche when people say it, but oh no, it's the absolute truth. She had a great homegoing service where we celebrated her life, and yeah, so it just made for a different time during the holiday season. Otherwise, it was a good Thanksgiving, good Christmas, and right on into the new year. Where we chosen witness this year was singing over in Nettleton, Mississippi, with Brother Robert Folks that we have
Yeah.
known for years at Victory Baptist Church, and yeah, so it was chosen witness, and half of Faithful Friends was there. I was glad to see you and Brad come in. So
Yes.
that was a good time, and the Masters Quartet were also there, and
Yeah.
so yeah, we had a good time singing out the old and in the new year there in Nettleton. So here we
Always good
go.
to see Brother Robert, and Joe Pace was there as well. I hadn't seen him in a good while, and always good to see Joe Pace. He's one of those early heroes of mine and yours both that we got to know back in the Columbian / early Bama Boys days, and
Yes.
just think the world of him, and was glad to get to see him that night as well. So.
Hmm. Very good. Very
Well,
good.
speaking of those old days, you picked out this next song by the Cathedrals, and it's one of those that I either didn't realize that they had recorded or had forgotten.
Really?
But I didn't realize that the Cathedrals, it was that's one of those songs. I thought it was a Colombian song because that's
Yeah.
when the Colombians sang it. I didn't know where they got it from.
Right.
And I don't know if they got it from this album or somewhere else, but tell me about this one that you picked out.
Yeah, I think they got it somewhere else because this particular album was released in '82 by the
Oh, okay.
Cathedrals.
Well, yeah.
This is a song written by Lanny Wolf and
Mhm.
originally released in the early '70s by the Lanny Wolf Trio. But of course, I'm going to be partial to a Cathedral Quartet recording of
Of
just about
course.
any song. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you tonight from the album titled "Oh Happy Day" from 1982, and the Cathedral Quartet singing "One Day Too Late."
I never thought I'd see the day when you'd come to kneel and pray. I never thought that I would see the church house filled to capacity, and outside the door there's more who have never come before. Oh, what a shame that Jesus came one day before. You came just one day too late. One day too late. Jesus came and you've been left behind to wait.
Yesterday you couldn't find time for Jesus on your mind.
You finally came to call his name one day too late.
You tried to live the best you could, tried to do the things you should, but when it came to serving God, you said I still have time to wait.
But now it's all turned around. Time to serve him how sad the fate you found the time one day too late. You came just one day too late. One day too late. Jesus came, and you've been left behind to wait.
Yesterday you couldn't find time for Jesus on your mind.
You finally came to call his name one day too late. You finally came to call his name one day too late. One day too late.
The Cathedrals and One Day Too Late, featuring Kirk Talley on the first verse, George Johnson on the second there, and Glenn and Mark and Roger at the piano, and a whole bunch of background singers too. But
Yeah, what you
ending
think
on
about
that augmented diminished seventh ninth or whatever that chord was.
yeah, them lady background singers? They did several songs with that back in the day. Sunshine and Roses got ladies
Yeah.
singing background on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's some good stuff there from the Cathedrals and One Day Too Late here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. Let's see here. I was trying to look. I looked during the song there, and a couple of people had hit the like button. We don't necessarily see it when you do it, but I would like to acknowledge it if I can, if I can get to the point where that is. I don't know. This is confusing. This whole, you know,
It is different, isn't it?
yes. It's like, I don't know. How do I get to my own page? I don't even know that anymore. But
Yeah, to tap your little picture up in the
there it
upper
is. There
right
it
on the
is.
left on the phone.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, but anyway, I wanted just the ones that I could see on my notifications. Linda Kaufman checks in. Hey, Miss Linda, hope you're doing well. My buddy Frank Jones from down the road here, which he has a golf cart business, and he'll call me every now and then. I'll get to go hang out with him for a little while. And I didn't know this. He played the bass guitar with Lloyd Fowler and the Proclaimers back in the
Okay.
day.
Yeah,
And I was like, I'm sure we probably crossed paths at some point, but
probably so. Probably so.
but he had checked in with us, and our friend Lindsay Smith checked in too. That she's come to several of our singings here and put up videos of faithful friends and chosen witness, and it's like broke the internet, and not the way it was intended, probably. But but we appreciate you, Lindsay, and thank you for checking in with us tonight. If you missed it earlier, we were talking about this way that we get the broadcast to you now is different from the way it was for the first little while, and we don't see it when you hit the like button or whatever. Um, but we only see it if you make a comment. So we would love for you just type the word hi in the comments just to let us know you're there, and we'd appreciate that a whole bunch too.
Yeah,
Let's play another song, you want to?
we do that. We might even play a couple more before we're done.
Okay. What's next? Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, how
I
about
like this one a lot.
How about from Y2K? Did you see Alan Kendall's post about Y2K on Facebook?
No, what did
He
he say?
posted it. They were on the bus, I guess, traveling to a singing or whatever. Alan Kendall sings with the Kingsman Quartet.
Yeah.
And he said something about something that happened in Y2K or that was back in Y2K or something. And Brady
Yeah.
Jones,
Yeah.
their young bass singer, says, "What's Y2K?"
Yeah, it breaks
Oh,
your heart
my.
when you see youngins that was born after Y2K.
Mhm, yeah, Y2K was that year that the entire world was going to come to a screeching halt and come to an end. And I work in information technology. I had to be sitting at a data center that night, all night. So I was there when it rolled over to the year 2000 and
Yeah.
everything was going to break because the year would be 00 instead of counting up, And
Yeah.
anyway,
Reset.
yeah, anyway, pretty much nothing happened and it was all
Yeah.
fine. But anyway, yeah, that was Y2K. But that's when this album was released, was in
Oh,
Y2K.
okay. All right.
And
I was
it's,
like, how do we get off on that? No.
yeah, because it's when this album called City of Light was the title. Um, it had such members as Jeff Stiles played the piano. I know Dennis Murphy played the drums, and
hmm
that just happened to be the Chosen Witness piano player on two of our projects
Yeah.
because those guys did the tracking for it. Um, Chris French played bass. Are you figuring out who it is?
Oh, yeah. I
How
think I
about
know.
Eric Bennett, Steve French, Arthur Rice, and David Sutton, the
There you
Kingdom
go.
Heirs from Y2K, and a song that had been, when it first came out, I don't know that I had heard any of the older original versions of this. It's
Yeah.
one of those that probably hit me like a new song until I said, I went looking, and sure enough, it had been recorded way back by the Lefevres and others. But let's listen to the Kingdom Heirs from the year 2000 sing That's Why I Love to Call His Name.
I love to call.
I love to call on Jesus' name because he's been so good to me.
Oh, he said he would.
He said he would take care of me.
I know the man,
I know that he has set me free.
and that is why.
That is why I love to call his name.
Oh, yeah.
I know it won't be in vain.
And that's why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why
I love to call. I
his name.
love to call.
I love to call on Jesus' name because
Because.
he's been so good to
Oh,
me.
he said he would.
He said he would take care of me.
I know the man,
I know that he has set me free.
and that is why.
That is why I love to call his name.
Oh, yeah.
I know it won't be in vain.
And that's why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why
I love to call his name. You know the Lord, he moves in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform. You know he plants his footsteps upon the sea, and he rides on every storm. Well, he speaks to my needs when my valley is rough. Oh, I've got Jesus, and that's enough. And that's why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why
I love to call. I love to call.
Jesus' name.
Because.
Because he's been so good to
Oh,
me.
he said he would.
He said he would take care of me.
I know the man,
has set me free.
and that is why.
That is why I love to call his name.
Oh, yeah.
I know it won't be in vain.
And that's why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why
I love to call his name. He's been my way
That's why I
now.
love to call
My
his name.
sword and my battle
That's why I love to
shield.
call
He's
his
been
name.
my rock
That's why I
now,
love
my
to call
rock in
his
a
name.
weary
That's why I love
land.
to call
Well, he's
his
been
name.
my
That's why I
shepherd,
love to call
shepherd
his
in
name.
time of a
That's why I
storm.
love to call his name.
I wanna walk, talk, sing, shout. That's why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why
I love to call. I
his name.
love to call.
Jesus' name. Because
Because.
he's been so good to
Oh,
me.
he said he would.
He said he would take care of me.
I know the man, and that is why.
That's why I love to call his name.
Oh, yeah.
I know it won't be in vain.
And that's why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why.
That is why.
That's why
I love to call his name. He's been my way
That's
down.
why I love
My
to call his name.
sword and my battle
That's why I
shield.
love to call
He's
his
been
name.
my rock now, my rock in a weary land. Well, I said he's been my way now, my sword and my battle shield. He's been my rock now, my rock in a weary land.
You've been sung to now, people, the King of Airs. And that's why I love to call his name here on the Champion Brothers broadcast.
That's a
Tell the
good
truth,
one.
you're singing bass with him too a little bit, weren't
I was trying to just growl it out, buddy.
you? I've got that on one of my playlists that I've, especially if I'm going down the road, for more than 5 or 10 minutes that I'll put on. And in that playlist, I've got the Lefevre's version of that with Rex Nealon singing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
Yep.
that's one of my favorites. I love that song and those arrangements and several others that have done it before as well. Let's see here. Scott Bolden said that photo was a little bit before Arthur started going to Steve's barber.
Yep. All right.
That's true. You do a little bit of a double take. I know I just did when I looked at that picture and I was like, well, where's, oh, there he is.
Yeah. There's Arthur right there.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Well, we got one more song to play before we got to get out of here tonight. And I was glad you put this on the list because I've always said it's my favorite gospel song. I said there's 3 songs that I consider my favorites. You know, "Sheltered in the Arms of God" is what I've said is my favorite gospel song, but my other 2 favorite songs are "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong and "Homecoming" by Tom T. Hall. So,
There you go.
and I could
Hard to
talk
beat.
for the rest of the night on "Homecoming" by Tom T. Hall, but I won't bore you with that right now. That's for another day. But I could talk for hours about that song. But yes, "Sheltered in the Arms of God." And you picked out a unique arrangement that I don't think that I had heard before I was loading this in and listening to it today.
Yep.
But tell us the version that you picked out for us.
Yeah, of course. Danny Funderburk is an artist that I've always loved. Back, I can remember with the Singing Americans, and of course his long time singing with the Cathedral Quartet. And then once he was gone from the Cathedral Quartet, he started a quartet, a little group you might have heard of called Perfect Heart.
Yeah.
And, of course, they just were all the rage. Very first release went straight to #1. But then after that time, he had a group. Danny Funderburk and Mercy's Way, and they released several albums. Now this one is not vinyl. This was actually a CD I came across because it was released in the post vinyl time, just like the one we just played. That came from a CD too, from Y2K. But yeah, this one from Danny Funderburk and his son Jason Funderburk was part of that group. Stan Schumann was part, and of course Harold Gilly is singing bass on this.
Yeah.
With Mercy's Way, and yeah, just one of my all-time favorite songs. Joseph Witness has sung it. Davey Zell always did a good job. You did a good job when you were filling in from time to time with Joseph Witness to doing it. And yeah, a song I've always loved. Great Dottie Rambo song. Done here by Mercy's Way from 2003. Let's listen. Sheltered in the Arms of God.
I feel the touch of hands so kind and tender. They're leading me in the path that I must trod. I'll have no fear, for Jesus walks beside me. And I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds
child, this is the last mile you must trod. I'm gonna fall asleep, but I'll wake in God's new heaven, sheltered safe within the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds rise, they don't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, and naught of earth shall harm me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. Yes, I'm sheltered in the arms of God.
Danny Funderburk and Mercy's Way and Sheltered in the Arms of God, wrapping up our music portion of the Champion Brothers broadcast for this evening. Good stuff. Love that song. So. And let's see here. Rachel Bradford said that she had totally forgotten about this group. So there you go. They come and go some quickly sometimes, but glad to see that. Let's see here. You still with us there, Neil? Well, I can't hear you. Is that me or is that you?
How about now?
There you go. There it is. Oh,
Yeah, I was just having trouble. I was wanting to change the picture, and okay, there we go. Now,
all right.
it wasn't quite behaving. I want to say one thing before we go, besides mentioning our singing again, and that is, I just wanted to mention Real Southern Gospel Radio. If you like
Yes.
Southern Gospel, that's just a place that you can go and you can hear it. You can hear the real stuff, the fine stuff, the
Mhm.
best stuff. On Real Southern Gospel Radio, you can download the app. You can go to realsoutherngospelradio.com, listen through a web browser. But yeah, you will always be guaranteed to hear good Southern Gospel music if you go check out our buddy Les Butler and Real Southern Gospel Radio. And
Absolutely.
just wanted to bring that to mind because I think he's doing a great thing since he got that started.
Just
I-
celebrated their third birthday.
They did. They did. And yeah, a lot of the songs that he plays, you might not hear anywhere else because, you know, a lot of stations do play more just the latest stuff. And the latest stuff is good too. Nothing against that. But some of the older things and classic things, I just really enjoy listening. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. If it's somebody watching this video, hey, you can even scan that QR code with your phone and download the app, you know, while you're watching if you want to. But I just wanted to mention Les Butler, Real Southern Gospel Radio, and just give it a try if you hadn't.
Tell them the Champion Brothers sent you.
Yes, tell them the Champion Brothers sent you there. And no, we're not getting paid if you do. But just
No. But yeah, before we go, got a big singing coming up week from this Saturday night. It's January 25th at 6 o'clock at the Vernon City Complex in Vernon, Alabama. Very easy to find. You can take either Highway 17 or 18, and right there when they join together in Vernon, you'll be there. It's
That's
the old
right.
Lamar County High School, now the Vernon City Complex. Just come on in. It's the old auditorium that we'll be in. And our buddies For the King will be there, along with Chosen Witness and Faithful Friends. And we hope that you will be there as well. It all starts at 6 o'clock. No admission charge whatsoever. We will give you an opportunity to help contribute to some of our costs to keep having these sing-ins in West Central Alabama. And we want to keep on. It's hard to believe that this is the start of our fourth year of
It
doing
is.
this. And we want to see you in Vernon, Alabama, and with our friends For the King. You know, we've got a pretty good track record now of 3 years. And let's see, we did 6 concerts last year. So 12 concerts under our belt in 3 years. Is that right?
That's
we did
right.
3 the first 2 years and then 6 last year.
That's right.
And you know, if we bring them to Fayette or Vernon, that it's going to be good. So, and this year is no exception, and we'll kick it off the new year with our first singing with For the King, January 25th, 2 days before Neal Champion Day, and
The day I
but
discovered America, you're referring to.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
at the Vernon City Complex. So hope that y'all can come and be with us on that night. So,
And the For the King's people have told our people too
yeah.
that they just might be doing a song written by our friend and longtime chosen witness member, Mark Jones. I
Really?
believe they might have one of his numbers in the lineup.
Well,
So
that'll be
there
cool.
you go. Get to hear a
That'll
song.
almost guarantee that Mark will be there that night then.
You might be right. Anyway,
That'll
you'll
be
enjoy it if
good.
you'll come.
Yes,
Tell others,
absolutely.
please spread the word, even if you ain't gonna come. Maybe somebody will come in your place.
Yeah,
So,
that's it.
just tell.
So that'll wrap up our first Champion Brothers broadcast of 2025. Didn't really
Well,
know that we'd be still doing that, but here we are.
yes.
And
Here,
we'll keep
here,
on
here,
keeping on.
here we
Yes,
are.
yes, you even brought the road hog with you tonight.
I did. Brought him out tonight, right here.
Yep,
Yeah.
there he is. And thank you to my buddy O.P. Morgan. He gave me this Fayette Aquatic Center hoodie for as a Christmas gift. And I was
Mm.
like, well, that one of these things is not like the other because usually you think of Fayette Aquatic Center and it's hot, but but I'm able to keep warm and advertise summertime at the same time. So,
Good deal.
but thank y'all so much for being with us tonight. We will be here sometime next week. Do we
We
know
will.
when yet?
We
We'll
don't
figure
know
that out.
exactly, but we'll
We'll
come
get our
back.
people together and
Hmm.
see when Evan and Avery can do it, and
Yeah.
and be back with you sometime next week. But if you can't be with us then plan on being with us in Vernon, Alabama on January 25th. Yes, sir.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm pretty sure it won't be, and that's next Tuesday night, because I believe next Tuesday night is the next episode from Southern Gospel Forward.
Oh
So,
yes, we started down
yes,
that path a while ago,
we
and
did.
I got sidetracked. I'm glad I said Evan and Avery and got you thinking in that direction. But
Hmm.
yes, y'all go over to Southern Gospel Forward page and check that out. Man, are they doing a great job? And who's their guest? Who's their first guest?
Um, with Ernie Haas and Signature Sound. Uh,
Yes, the new bass singer. Yeah, that's right,
yes.
Christopher Taylor.
There you go.
So
Yes. Chris Taylor, Christopher Taylor. Yep.
Y'all come and be there. That's next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. I think Avery's in here with us now still. But
Yep.
check me on that if I'm wrong, Avery. But just go look for Southern Gospel Forward, and you will enjoy that with Evan and Avery and Scott and the whole gang. Will be there, and Christopher Taylor will be their special guest, and they'll go a lot longer than us because they've got later bedtimes than we do.
Yeah, and you can really help Southern Gospel Forward out too by go search YouTube and find the
Mhm.
Southern Gospel Forward channel and just click subscribe. Now,
Yeah.
this ain't like you think subscription. I got to pay for that. No, you
No,
don't.
no,
It's
don't
free.
cost nothing.
You're just saying you want to see the stuff that they put out, and that they you can really help them if you'll go and click subscribe. Subscribe to their channel on YouTube, and that will really help them out. You can also like and follow their Facebook page, but go and subscribe to their channel on YouTube.
Absolutely. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us. We'll see you whenever next time is. We'll let you know a little bit ahead of time, and hope that you can be with us then. Anything else to tell, brother?
That's about it.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us. Good night, everybody.